Most people assume that simply looking into the warp instantly destroys you, but that isn't completely accurate. The warp affects different kinds of humans in drastically different ways. Psykers, blanks, and ordinary people each respond with their own levels of resistance, vulnerability, and catastrophic outcomes. In this video, I'll break down exactly what happens to each type of human when they experience warp exposure, starting with the ones who can withstand it the longest, and ending with those who cannot survive it at all. The warp, also called the immaterium, is a parallel dimension made of raw, formless psychic energy. It has no physical matter, no fixed distance, no linear time, and no stable rules of reality. The shape of the warp is dictated entirely by emotion, thought, and the collective psychic pressure of every sentient mind in the galaxy. Fear, anger, hope, despair, faith, hatred, every feeling becomes a literal force. Over time, these emotions form currents, storms, eddies, and entire regions of warped space that behave like weather systems made of pure thought. The beings that exist inside the warp are not organisms in any biological sense. Demons are self-sustaining psychic constructs that form from the emotion of mortals, shaped and empowered by the chaos gods. They do not need flesh, organs, or biology to survive. They are emotion given consciousness. Whenever a mind touches the warp, even for a moment, it creates a direct feedback loop. There is no filter, no natural barrier, nothing to protect a human brain from the raw emotional intensity of the immaterium. Simply perceiving the warp, whether through psychic sight, dreams, or physical contact, is considered direct exposure. That is why the warp is so dangerous. It is not just another place. It is a dimension that communicates through emotion, and most minds are not built to survive that connection. Psykers are the humans best equipped to look into the warp without instantly breaking. Their souls act like tuned receivers, allowing them to interpret the immaterium's signals instead of being instantly overwhelmed. When a Psyker looks into the warp, they do not perceive random flashing chaos. They see patterns of energy, pressure waves, and emotional storms that move like weather. Strong Psykers can detect disturbances, identify demonic signatures, and even sense temporal distortions, because time in the warp is fluid and can bend around powerful emotions. But even though Psykers can perceive the warp, it never becomes truly safe. Most Psykers experience constant headaches, visions, involuntary dreams, and a physical sensation of internal pressure, almost like the warp is leaning against their consciousness. Unsanctioned Psykers often burn out early in life, either through uncontrolled power surges or direct demonic predation. Sanctioned Psykers are more resilient thanks to training, conditioning, and soul-binding rituals, but even they suffer long-term mental scarring. The most powerful Psykers, such as navigators, astropaths, Alpha Plus Psykers, or the Grey Knights, can survive prolonged exposure far better than normal Psykers. Navigators, for example, are genetically engineered to literally see the warp as a navigable landscape, following the Astronomican's guidance across its tides. Grey Knights are spiritually reinforced to a degree unmatched by any other humans. But even they do not look into the warp casually. They rely on psychic armor, sacred wards, and the protective light of the Emperor to avoid drawing demonic attention. Psykers can look into the warp longer than anyone else, but the risk never truly goes away. Every second of contact is another chance for corruption, possession, or catastrophic psychic overload. Blanks, also known as pariahs or untouchables, are the complete opposite of Psykers. Their souls do not reach into the warp at all. Instead, they produce a null aura that cancels out psychic energy around them. This null field disrupts psychic powers, weakens demons, and makes warp-based phenomena become unstable. When a blank stands near a warp breach or a demonic manifestation, the event often flickers, collapses, or partially dissolves. A blank does not see visions or hear whispers when the warp bleeds into real space. Where a psyker hears the warp like a roaring storm of psychic noise, a blank experiences nothing but absolute silence. Their mind is naturally insulated against psychic intrusion. They are one of the few types of humans who can look directly at a demon or warp distortion and not immediately suffer psychological trauma. However, blanks are not immune to physical consequences. If a warp rift tears open reality, the environmental chaos, such as gravitational distortion, spatial rupture, or physical demonic attacks, can still kill them instantly. A powerful demon can overpower or bypass a null field through sheer force or by attacking physically instead of psychically. In daily life, blanks cause an unsettling effect on others. Ordinary humans feel nauseous, depressed, emotionally numb, or instinctively repulsed when standing near one. This discomfort is not caused by the warp. It comes from the null aura interfering with the emotional resonance humans use to process social cues. Blanks are incredibly resistant to the mental effects of the warp, but their protection does not extend to physical danger. Normal humans are the most vulnerable of all. Even mild warp exposure, like being near a weakening Geller field during warp travel or standing close to a psyker losing control, can trigger immediate psychological disruptions. The earliest symptoms include irrational fear, feelings of being watched, sudden paranoia, auditory hallucinations, and intrusive thoughts that feel alien or hostile. These sensations occur because low-level warp resonance interferes with the brain's electrical signals. Physical symptoms soon follow. People may experience headaches, nausea, ringing in the ears, blurred vision, or micro-seizures. Speech can become incoherent, memory may fragment, and hallucinations may persist long after exposure ends. At this stage, the person is still intact, but their mind is no longer functioning independently. Mild exposure is not usually fatal, but it always escalates if the person remains unprotected. With stronger warp exposure, corruption begins. At first, it appears as subtle shifts in personality, emotion, and behavior. The nature of corruption varies depending on which chaos influence dominates the area. Under the influence of Korn, individuals become violent, fearless, and increasingly desensitized to pain, often lashing out at anything around them. Under Nurgle's influence, the individual may develop symptoms resembling infection, decay, or necrotic rot, but without the normal biological processes that cause disease. Slanesh-tainted regions often twist a person's sensory perception. Colors become too bright, sounds too sharp, sensations too intense, while the individual becomes emotionally unstable or obsessively drawn toward pleasure or pain. Zinch-based corruption typically manifests as mental instability, compulsive behavior, and visible changes such as warped skin, shifting colors, or extra eyes beginning to form. At this stage, the victim still technically remains alive and conscious, but the warp has begun rewriting the body and soul on a fundamental level. With high levels of exposure, corruption evolves into full mutation. The warp begins reshaping the physical body directly. Bones twist and extend, organs rearrange themselves, and skin becomes unpredictable, sometimes hardening like armor, liquefying, or splitting into new structures. Limbs may grow, multiply, or distort with no biological design behind them. These mutations are not guided by DNA or evolution. They are manifestations of psychic influence, often reflecting the victim's emotional state, latent fears, or the thematic power of the chaos entity affecting the area. Identity usually breaks down completely by this point. The person can no longer communicate or control their body, and the transformation continues with no logical endpoint. Many victims collapse and die, while others remain alive as twisted, mindless abominations. Possession occurs when a daemon senses a weakened soul and forces itself into the body. This process is violent, chaotic, and emotionally traumatic. The daemon overwhelms the host's mind, crushing their consciousness or completely overriding it. The body begins to mutate from the inside, strengthening itself to serve as a vessel. Daemon hosts often move unnaturally, speak in distorted voices, or exhibit glowing eyes and limbs infused with warp energy. The host may float, convulse, or twist into impossible shapes as the daemon stabilizes its presence. Many attempted possessions fail. The human body simply breaks apart under the strain, burning out or melting from the psychic overload. But when possession succeeds, the daemon host becomes extremely dangerous, capable of generating localized warp distortions and resisting conventional weapons. At this stage, the original human is completely gone. If a normal human directly sees or enters the warp with no protection, the result is nearly always instant death or total mental collapse. The mind cannot interpret warp stimuli, so it overloads immediately. Victims may fall into seizures, suffer immediate psychosis, or experience cardiac arrest from sheer shock. If the body survives those first seconds, the soul becomes exposed, allowing corruption, mutation, or demonic predation to begin instantly. Some individuals dissolve into nothing, leaving no physical remains. Others become trapped as fractured psychic echoes within the warp, unable to return to real space. A normal human simply has no mechanism to resist or filter the immaterium. Full exposure has a survival rate of essentially 0.